That one was crazy. Alright, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kirk Clough, and I'm back with another video, man. Look, if I'm not starting, I'm not going nowhere. Look! Now, this is gonna be a video that really no one asked for. No one was like, I wonder how these compare to these. I really wanna buy these, but also see there's a cheaper option. I really wanna buy these. I don't know if they're comfortable versus these. I'm gonna help you out. Again, no one asked for it. But y'all know I love my garden mules from ALD. I actually made two separate videos. One when I bought them, and then one after a year of wearing, how I still felt about the shoes. And y'all know I love them, bro. Like they're so comfortable. They're so easy to put on and go out the door. So this is what this video is gonna be. I end up buying another pair. You can't even see it, it's so dark. I end up buying another pair of the ALD Garden Mules in this yellow color. Just because, again, like I really just love wearing my white pair, but I wanted to get a pair that I could add a little color to my wardrobe. But I bought these. But I remember when I was on the search for the Garden Mule, the reason I ended up getting the Garden Mule is because I wasn't able to get these. Now, these are gonna be the Birkenstock Super-Birkis, but originally I wanted these. They didn't have my size, so then I went hunting for a shoe that looked like this, and that's how I landed on these. So this video is actually gonna be a comparison. Which one is better? The ALD Garden Mules or the Super-Birkis from Birkenstock? And again, I have to wrap this up quick because I have to get to work. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wear these for 2 days straight, not taking them off, 2 days straight. And I'm gonna wear these for 2 days straight and come back and figure out which one is better and which one is more reasonable for the price. But again, I have to get up out of here. I have to get to work. I'll catch y'all in a week. And we're back. All right, so this is going to be the review portion or the comparison portion of this video. Again, this is going to be the ALD Garden Mule here, and this is also going to be the Super-Birkis from Birkenstocks right here. Now, y'all know my motto. I don't like to waste y'all time. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes of which one is better. Now, let's do a little predict. Like, before we even get into that, let's do a little predict. Which one do you think is going to be better? Do you think I'm leaning more towards the Super-Birkis from Birkenstocks? Or do you already watched my videos and you think I'm gonna lean more towards the ALD Garden Mule? Let me know in the comments right now, but also give your own personal opinions. Which one looks better? Which one would you buy if you were just on the website right now looking at ALD or Birkenstock? Which one would you buy first? But without further ado, let's get into the comparison. Now, first up, let's talk about pricing. Now, when I bought these, I got these for $64. Now, that's not the typical price. Typically, they run about $95. That's the price I paid for my white pair, which is this pair right here. Now, I was just on ALD's website. I noticed that they were having an end of the season sale, and I got these for $64. Now, we have the Super-Birkis here. Now, the Super-Birkis on Birkenstock's website right now, these are running about $79, so basically $80. So price-wise, there's not really too much of a difference. I'm gonna take these I didn't get these on sale, and I got these for the full price, so that $95 mark. So $95, $80. Like, there's really not too much of a price difference, so it's not really this one's hurting my pockets more than this one, because around shipping and all the other stuff, and like if you catch it on a sale, like you might be able to get these at the same price at some point in the year. So I'm not gonna really judge it based on that, but there is a price difference. Again, ALD having a bigger name as far as like within the streetwear community, within just like in fashion at the moment, like they definitely have a bigger name, a bigger aesthetic, a bigger following, like a cult following than Birkenstocks, even though they also have a big cult following, a big following. I just think that it makes sense why, given the materials of each being rubber, I think it makes sense why the ALD pair is 95, Birkenstock pair is $80. So there's not really much to really go on there, but that is gonna be the price difference. Now, let's get into the packaging, the presentation of getting both pairs of shoes, because that matters. When you get something, you wanna be able to like, it's an experience, open a box and getting a new pair of shoes. So let's talk about that. So when you get the ALD Garden Mules, they don't come in a box. They don't come in a packaging. They come in this little baggie here. This little plastic bag, little Ziploc bag, little freezer bag. I might put some meat in here, Paul's bag. And then it also has like this little dust bag on the inside. No branding, no nothing indicating it's ALD. Which I would much rather have the branding of ALD on this dust bag rather than the branding on the plastic bag. That's just my opinion. I also would much rather have a box, just because, again, when I want to store shoes or I'm moving or I'm trying to transport things, like I would much rather have a box rather than a plastic bag. And I don't think it's necessarily an issue of like trying to be environmentally friendly, because you wouldn't have went with a plastic bag. I don't know what the issue is there, but that's what you get with the ALD Garden Mule. Again, that's gonna be $95. You get a plastic bag. Now for Birkenstock, you get their typical box. I mean, basically all their shoes come in the same box, but at least it's a box. And again, this is gonna be the cheaper option. This is gonna be $80 for these. And you get something to store your shoes in if you're not wearing them, if you're transporting them, if you're just doing anything, at least you have a box that you can refer back to and you can see and you can, again, store. Like, you at least get that. So presentation wise, I'm gonna have to give it to Birkenstock, even though it's not much, but at least you get something. All right, next, let's jump into the insole. Now the insole, again, is something that when I got the shoes, is something that I noticed pretty quickly, and let's get into that. Now, first up, we got the ALD insole. See it right here, it kind of has like this cork material. It feels really nice here. It kind of has like the same cork material, but it's kind of plastered with something. I'm thinking that's to like kind of keep its shape, keep it from like falling apart, because if it was just cork, I feel like it would kind of crumble and fall apart, all that. But this is what this looks like. It's kind of sturdy. It's not super dense. It's not like super like uncomfortable. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like, as you can see, it's flimsy. Like, it's nothing too much going on. It's just something to have that extra padding in there, because if not, you'll just be stepping on straight up rubber. Now, next up, we have the insole from Birkenstock. And again, I think this is cork. It kind of feels like it, but it looks a little bit different. It may be the same thing, and then it has like this black lining on the inside, which they were probably better off just going with this on the inside rather than that. I don't know how that's gonna play long term, but again, there is a difference, because as you can see here, if I can get this out, as you can see, there's a thickness difference. Let's see if I can. So the Birkenstock one is a little bit more thicker. It also is a little bit more dense. It's kind of like it's more structured for sure. Like, I could bend it, but you're definitely around this area not getting that much bending, versus the ALD one, which is kind of just like, I don't know. So I will say, based off just, putting it on initially and kind of just wearing it, this one is definitely this one's definitely the less comfortable one. Especially around the pressure points, like right here on my foot and like definitely right here. I feel that so much. And even now just pressing on it, it's like, it's really rigid, bro. And like you have a little bit more wiggle room. You have a little bit more wiggle room with the ALD pair. Like it's a little bit of a cushion. Like you're not just like, it's not super dense. It's not super compacted. It just feels like, you know, like a bottom of a shoe or an insole of a shoe. So that's how I feel about that. I would definitely have to give Insole in comparison. The insole for the ALD Garden Mule is definitely softer. Like a little bit more comfortable, softer. And again, I have the bias because I've had these for years, so I've been able to break in my pair, and that insole is just, it's perfect. These are decent. Like I'm not gonna say like these are bad, but if I had to put it on a scale, like ALD Garden Mule insole is like a 4.5 out of 5. The Birkenstock one is like a 3.7, 3.6 out of 5. Like it's comfortable. But again, this pressure point here on my foot, I could feel that heavily. And then even back here, like I could just feel those areas more than not. So that's gonna be insoles. Now let's talk about the actual comfortability of the shoe. So walking in the shoe, sitting in the shoe, going to do activities in the shoe, reading with the shoe, being the shoe, you are the shoe. So I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about the ALD Garden Mule. One, because I've already done 2 videos. Like there's no 2. I've already done 2 videos talking about the ALD Garden Mule as far as comfortability. One when I initially got them, and then a year after wearing them, how I still felt about the shoes. So if you want to watch those, you could click the banners above. But let's talk about the Super-Birkis. Now, comfortability wise, they are okay. Like they're like, again, you're getting a shoe that is basically rubber. Like I'm not having super high expectations. But what I will say, now there were 2 days in particular where I just felt like this part of the shoe itself was like really, really uncomfortable. Like I felt like if I didn't take the shoes off, I was gonna have a lasting mark on the top of my foot where this part is. And it was just, I don't know, I can't explain it because I didn't do anything out of the ordinary that I typically do. Like it wasn't leg day. I didn't like walk more than I typically do. So like there was no reason for my foot to hurt that much. So I was only able to come to the conclusion that it was a shoe. So I ended up actually taking the shoes off and replacing them with the ALD pair. But other than that, comfortability wise, like they're pretty standard. Again, like it's not like the most comfortable shoe in the world. Like if again, the ALD Garden Mule, which I've had experience in, like those are like a 4 out of 5. These are like a 3. 3.3. Let's do it the Keithley way. A 3.3 out of 5, just because like there were days where I was like, I need to take these off and I cannot wear them anymore. So comfortability wise, again, I'll have to give it to ALD as far as being able to wear for an extended period of time. Like I couldn't do that very often with these, and like around like the 4 or 5 hour mark, I was ready to come out of these. But again, they're not like uncomfortable. Like I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but there definitely were moments where I was like, I would much rather not have these on. And lastly, let's talk about the silhouette. It's not really a rating thing. Again, this comes down to what do you prefer? So ALD Garden Mule has like this different texture right here. Also has like these like little divots here, giving like that cool, unique design up there. This is what the bottom looks like there. And again, just like very clean, can just put on, go about your day, not really having to do too much. And this is what the Birki looks like. Kind of having like that split design here, so it becomes smooth here, but having like this textured top. Really just like reads like really clean, like not too much going on, a little bit more simpler than the ALD Garden Mule. That's what the bottom looks like, a lot of good tread on that. And again, just like 2 shoes that really, like, it really comes down to preference. It's not really like a one's better than the other. I feel like they both have different purposes. So like more preppy, classy, you know, more for like a going out to a date or like a dinner type thing. Birkenstock Super-Birkis, more casual, more relaxing, streetwear. Like it's not really, I feel like they have their own purposes. Like they're not the same shoe, even though they're in the same category, if that makes sense. And really just to sum it all up, like they're both really great shoes. And I think, again, not having like a price difference and like the materials basically being the same, it really comes down to which pair do you like more? Do you like the more preppy look? Do you like the more, you know, classy look? Or do you have the more relaxed streetwear look that you're trying to go for? I feel like that's what these shoes and like the mindset should be, rather than like which one is better. Obviously, I definitely love the ALD Garden Mules because, one, this is my second pair and I've already had a pair for a year, so I know that I do like them. And I think these will have to grow on me, definitely. I'm not saying like these are bad. I'm not saying like you shouldn't get these, but I haven't experienced them fully, which I probably will make a video after having them for a long time, like how they broke in. But like these are also great as well. So like they both have a purpose in my closet. And the one advantage though I will give the Birkenstock is this tread on the bottom of the shoe is definitely thicker than the tread on the bottom of the ALD Garden Mule. Because as you can see here, like this thing is basically almost bald. Like it's really smooth here, like extremely smooth. And this is what it looks like on a new pair. So as you can see, like it's a little bit more structured. I guess you could kind of see it. I just feel like over time, the tread on the bottom of this shoe would definitely have a longer lifespan than the lifespan on these. But that's all I really want to say about these shoes. I love these shoes. I just love being able to slip on shoes and just go about my day. And I think they are, like they could definitely be dressed up and dressed down. So when it comes to like spring and summer fashion, I think these are gonna be great additions to my closet. I'm over here chasing sunlight right now. It's getting dark in here. But let me know in the comments, which pair fits your aesthetic more? Is it more so the ALD Garden Mule? Or are you more of a Super-Birkis from Birkenstock? Let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, like I always do, I'll catch y'all in the next one. 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 In the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Ay, I love the way you work it for